So born and raised in California, then went back to Mexico, and then came right back to California.
Correct.
So what made you want to leave California and specifically choose San Antonio?
I did my research and I saw that San Antonio was just booming.
Did you get a chance to do any university or college out there?
I started the animation program. I did a semester and I loved it, man. It was great. I love animation. I didn't even finish the class. I just got up and left, and the teacher was like, "Where are you going?" I said,
In the middle of a class?
Yeah, man. I'm losing time.
What started off as a side hustle turned into a business with over 7 employees, and Danny Ruiz has now turned this business to the 5 level that he had never imagined before. It took a lot of effort, energy, and heart. I'm excited to present to you Danny Ruiz and his journey through entrepreneurship. Welcome to the channel, Danny.
Thank you, Aamer.
Very briefly, just give us a little bit of an overview of your business.
Linegraphix started back in 2003.
All right.
As like I said, like a little side hustle.
Correct.
I had a full-time job, and then eventually became my full-time job.
All right. So you started doing this on a part-time basis in the evening, nighttime. When were you doing this?
Yeah. As soon as I would get off from work, go back, would drive back home, and then just get started on my design work.
And you said this is in 2003.
2003.
All right. So at that point in time, what was your full-time job that you were doing when you first started doing this?
So back in 2002, I started working for different design companies. I started as an illustrator, then moved into a graphic design job, became a senior graphic designer for an automotive company.
Okay.
And then from there, I just felt like I have that entrepreneurship spirit, and
Okay.
I just went for it, man.
All right, got it. So, and your business currently is in Texas primarily.
Correct. Yeah. I'm from California, but initially started in California. 2006, my wife and I decided to move to San Antonio, and then I kept going. Kept going with my part-time job. My part-time business and my full-time job.
Got it. So, give us a little bit of your childhood in California. You were born there, raised there.
Yeah. So I was born in California. And then my parents, like in a lot of Mexican families, they come to this country. They're like, you know what? They're gonna come here, make some money, go back to Mexico,
Okay.
and just go back and live over there, right?
Okay.
My parents came over here. My brothers and I were born, and then we went back to Mexico. We stayed there for 4 years, and then I guess my dad was like, you know what? I guess once you come to this country, you just it's hard to adapt to
what you had back at home.
Exactly. So then my parents decided to come back. So I came back when I was 7 years old. Started school, and then Then from there, I'm here.
So born and raised in California, then went back to Mexico, and then came right back to California.
Correct.
Okay.
California, stayed there for I was there till I was 25, and then I moved to Texas.
So what made you want to leave California and specifically choose San Antonio out of all the places?
The thing is that in California, bro, the type of business that I'm in,
Correct.
It's already very saturated.
There's a lot of people doing it.
It's a lot of people doing it. And then I did my research, and I saw that San Antonio was just booming. Did my research. We came out here. We just kind of like went around. Just kind of like I would go into print shops and just ask questions. and I mean, I was just like, you know what, it's a good place to
Start the business.
To start the business.
Okay.
So we made the move, and again, man, I have a lot of love for this city, bro.
Okay.
I mean, I was 25 at the time. I was never gonna buy a house at that age. I mean, I was trying to like do things over there, right? It wasn't happening. So we're like, you know what, let's just try
the city of San Antonio, see how it goes.
Yeah, man.
So when you came out here, did you have a job like that you were doing here, or as soon as you moved here, you started doing your business full time? How was the transition?
So I was fortunate enough, bro. Well, I worked for an automotive company for Roadwired. I was their senior graphic designer there, and I mean, I'm telling you, like the decision that we made, like when we decided to move here, it just happened. I was like, you know what, let's just do it.
Correct.
And I asked my boss, I said, you know what, I'm planning on moving, and he let me work from home. So I was able to work from home.
So you had that flexibility.
Exactly. So, you know, I would work my 8 hours from home. After that, I would just go out there and just kind of like go out there and go to stores and just kind of like give my business card. And then, yeah, I would just work all day, bro.
Going shortly back to your California days, you went to high school there?
I went to high school in Inglewood, California.
Okay. Did you play in any sports? Were you involved in school?
Believe it or
bring
not,
a smile to your face. So you've got something there.
Well, yeah, believe it or not, man, I did a long distance.
Running?
Yeah.
Track?
I ran, well, not track, just long distance. I did a few marathons.
Okay.
I played soccer. I've been playing soccer since I was 6 years old, till I was 18, and then that's it.
So in high school, you ran marathons. Do you remember how many you've done while you were there?
I've done 3 marathons. 3
marathons. Okay, and that's where you're running 20-some miles or something, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. How long does that normally take?
Well, I mean, I was just an average runner, but I mean, the goal was to finish those 26 miles.
So your mind is when you're running, gotta finish.
Yeah, you're hurting, bro. You're hurting, and you just finish.
Almost like something that would even come to your mind when you're running your business on a daily basis. That hey, I gotta just keep going. I just gotta stay at it.
That's the same feeling, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you played soccer. You did a little bit of running. You finished high school in California. Did you get a chance to do any university or college out there?
Yes, I graduated from the Art Institute of California.
What did you study there?
I started the animation program. I did a semester, and I loved it, man. It was great. I love animation. But then I had to be. There's one thing a teacher said one day. He said, "I only see 2 students in this class that is gonna make it."
All right. And 2 types of students.
Yeah, no. It was just 2. He says.
He was giving like a number or ratio. Like how big was the class? How many students?
It was about 20, a little bit over 20, maybe like 22 students.
22 students. So he's saying there's only maybe like
10%.
That's what he's saying, right?
Yeah. He said 2 students in this class is gonna make it. The other,
the 90%.
You guys are gonna have other jobs. You guys are not gonna be animators. And I said, I know I should have said, you know what? No, like, F you know, like I'm gonna go for it.
Correct.
But man, you have to, and like, I feel like I think one of the reasons I've
been successful.
In a way, you have to be realistic to yourself, and these guys, man, they were. I mean,
they were creative. Man, they were out there.
The way they would draw. I mean, these guys. I mean, draw morning, day, and night. You know what I mean? Like all day,
They're
right?
They're breathing it practically.
Yeah, exactly. I love drawing, but it was more of a hobby, not
fun.
Exactly. So I didn't even finish the class. I just got up and left, and the teacher was like, "Where are you going?" I said,
in the middle of a class.
Yeah, man. I'm losing time. To me.
Yes.
To me. Losing time. If I was staying in that class 30 more minutes, I'm already losing time. So I said, so I got up. I went to the counselor, whatever,
the office.
The office, you know. And I told them, I'm dropping out of this program. I need a different program. They're like, well, what do you mean? You already you're already.
You just started. What are you
yeah,
talking
you're
about?
already
Hold on.
yeah. I said, and I said, no, I can't. Like this is not my thing. And then they say, wait. Let me show you other programs. And then they showed me graphic design, and then they showed me the kind of work I would be able to do. And I said, man, this is cool stuff. It's in the same line of as creative. I love to draw. I mean, I love to be creative.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but I'll be working for businesses, not for cartoons, you know. And I said, okay, let's give it a try, man. I fell in love with the program, and just I did my. I mean, I've never had good grades in school. I mean, probably in elementary school, but junior high, high school, not the best in high school.
But you survived.
I survived, you know. But when I went to our school, man, I was like
Graphic design.
I was the geek, man, in that.
You were rocking it. So
yeah.
in that classroom, in that program, you were that top 10%.
Oh, I love
that was just kicking everybody's butt.
To me, school it was like it was fun. It was like I couldn't wait to go to school. It was so then I just said, no, this is what I want to do. This is
my passion.
This is my passion, and I went with it. And then from there,
you never looked back.
Never looked back, man.
That's a great story. And the School Art Institute, how long was the program? How many years or months did it take you roughly?
It was a little bit under 4 years, but I ended up staying 4 years because
you had to kind of start all over a little bit.
I had to start all over again. So I did a quarter in animation, and then I did the whole graphic design program.
Can you recall any one point in time in your life, in your childhood, what made you say, hey, you know what? I want to go out and use a computer, technology, and I want to design stuff. Like, how did that come about?
All right, let me tell you. When I was young, I mean, I was an average student. You know, I was never. I like math, but I mean, I was just an average student. But what I really enjoyed doing was drawing. So I just knew I had to do something with drawing. Hand drawing. Okay. So actually, my answer to everyone that would ask me, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a cartoonist. I want to draw cartoons. That's what I would tell.
You want to get your creativity out there.
So I enter a lot of contests. I won first place in a lot of stuff, man. So I mean, people would come to me and say, hey, man, you're an artist. I just didn't believe it. You know, I was like, no, you know. Anyways, I went to high school. Started high school. I just didn't feel like I was like, well, what am I gonna do with my life? You know, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's a very common question that a lot of high school students go through towards their junior or their senior year in high school. They have a choice, they have a decision that, hey, do I go to college, university? Do I maybe go into the military, or do I go get a job? What do I do? Because at that point, you're 18. No one's telling you what to do. You're an adult.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I wanted to do something with drawing. I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was drawing. You know, we have one of those college people that go into schools and they start showing off their school, and they start showing like the programs. Then they had an animation program. I said, great, that's me. And I made a portfolio, and they actually gave me a full ride. I entered a contest.
All paid for.
It was a contest, and I won, and they gave me
a contest. Okay, tell us about this contest.
So you had to create a portfolio of just like of your work, and then that's it.
And you just submitted it, and then you got the opportunity to attend this Career Institute, Art Institute, all cost paid for.
It was paid for.
Okay.
I had a few loans, but it mostly was paid off.
And you came to San Antonio. You had a job that you were doing full time. At what point in time your full time became your business, where you said, okay, it's time for me to leave my W-2 world behind, and I gotta now go out and be 100% income on everything that I am doing, and there's no steady, for sure, 100% security of a paycheck. Now it's all on me. When did that happen?
When you get to a point in life when you're like, you know what, I want to, like, it's not even about money anymore. It's not. Let's forget about money. Money is not even.
Money is like secondary.
Secondary, man. It's just you want to build something. You know what I mean? And the company I was working for was great. I love the company. I just felt like I was never gonna grow in that company. I say, you know what?
You were seeing like a ceiling that you're like,
yeah,
like I'm gonna hit a dead end at some point in time.
I'm gonna hit it. You know, and I say, you know what? I think it's time. And yeah, I went and took that.
Leap of faith.
Yeah, exactly. And I just went for it, man. You know, I had a good salary. I had a
income coming in.
Yeah, actually, I had to say bye to that and just kind of like start from
scratch in a sense. All right, I got to be the one bringing in the revenue. Now it's all on me to be profitable. So you came to San Antonio in what year, roughly?
I came here in 2006, Aamer. 2006.
2006. And what was the duration, or what year do you remember? Now we're in 2020. Do you remember what year was it where you made this leap of faith, and then you left your job behind, you quit your job, put in your resignation letter? What year was that?
When I decided I was going to do it?
When you actually did it?
Oh, 2014.
2014.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 2014 is where you start your business. Day one, did you have any employees that were working with you or for you at that time?
Actually, well, I went full-time 2014, but in 2011, I opened up a shop.
Shop, okay. You mean like a retail location?
Yes, I had a retail location.
Okay.
I had to hire someone because I still had a job.
Correct.
So I had one person just taking orders while I was gone. And then as soon as I would finish my day, then I would just go and work. But in 2014, that's when I said, that's it.
You got to leave your full-time for sure,
job.
Gary. So you're saying that in 2006 or so, you came out here and you were doing the side hustle while holding a job. Then in 2011 is where you like signed a lease and opened up a location and took on liabilities.
Correct.
And it's still, it took you another 3 years to get to a point where you're like, all right, I've got enough maybe revenue, income coming in from now my shop. And at that point, I can let go of my full-time job for sure and concentrate on my business.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any special story behind the name of your business, Linegraphix? What made you choose that name? How did that come about?
You know what? You know, when it comes to doing stuff for me, it's so hard, you know. And the day, you know, this was early 2000s, right? I was sitting in my living room, and I said, "What business am I gonna?
What am I gonna call it?
What am I gonna call it?" And I you know, I did the typical Danny Graphics, you know. I had to come up with something, and then I was just drawing. I was drawing, and I was just drawing line. I do a lot of
sketching
and stuff. So I was just drawing, and and I just came up with a line. I said, "That's it.
Why not call it Linegraphix?"
Yeah, everything we do, it's with lines. Everything that
That's
in
true.
design is lines. It doesn't matter what it is. It's lines. Bunch of lines put together.
Bunch of dots coming together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so just one name, boom, it came to you, and you went with it, and you've kept it ever since then. In 2011, you have one person that's working full-time for you. 2014 is where you then say, all right, this is it. I'm going to be at my business from now on a daily basis. This is what's going to pay my bills. This is what's going to buy my Lamborghini, my Ferrari. What were some of the initial challenges you had in 2011 or even 2014? I know we're in 2020 at this point, and this is almost a decade ago, but what do you recall as, man, these were like so tough situations that I had when I started the business?
You know, in the beginning, okay, so I'm sure a lot of business owners go through this problem. You want things perfect. You know what I mean? I mean, you want everything perfect, and you start hiring different people. I mean, you love your business, but I mean, you have to be realistic. Not everybody's gonna love the business the way you love your business.
They might not have the same passion.
Exactly.
To them, it's maybe a job,
Mm.
and then to you, it's like, this is it. This is my baby.
Yes, correct. So, giving people tasks that were my task. Once I started hiring people and giving them tasks, and expecting what I would do, and they wouldn't do it 100%. They would probably do 90% of the way I would do things, and then for me to accept that, I mean, it's you have to let
Some trust.
you have to give people trust. Eventually, they'll get to that 100%
that you want, right?
that I want, but first you have to let them do it,
Correct.
And they're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna do stuff like that.
They're gonna fall a little bit. They're gonna fail a little bit.
You have to just trust people, and yeah, that was the hardest thing I had to do. Like let other people do my daily task, and in order for me to keep growing the business.
All right. So delegation, or having not only just trust and faith in your team member, but being okay with the fact that it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be the way that I would never would do it. And that was in 2014, 2011. At one point in time, do you recall where you can take a step back and say, you know what? I've made it. This business is going. It's generating revenue. I've got profitability coming in. My bills are being paid, and I feel comfortable saying that, hey, I've got a somewhat of a successful business. How long did that take?
It took, well, this was back in 2018 in August. In I want to be exact. It was July 29. I still remember the day.
July 2019.
Yeah.
No.
July 29, 2018.
Okay, 2018.
Yeah, that's
okay.
when it hit me. That's when I said, you know what, this is it. I decided to take a vacation after so many years.
After being in your business for so long.
Exactly, yeah. So if you're going to be an entrepreneur, forget about vacations. For
early on in the
Yes, and you can take a day off whenever, but forget about all that stuff. Anyways, I took a vacation, but I didn't take any vacation. I took a 1 month vacation. I said, whenever I take a vacation, it's gonna be a good vacation. I took my kids and my wife to Mexico for a whole month.
Entire month gone.
Turn off the phone. I said, let's see what's gonna happen.
Wait, hold on. You turned your cell phone off where they can't get in touch with you?
That's it.
The business is running all on its own.
Well, I didn't know what was gonna happen.
You're like, I don't know what I'm gonna be coming back to.
I didn't know what was gonna happen. I just said, that's it. I'm just disconnect and let's roll with it. So then I gave instructions to everyone, and then yeah, man. The only one thing I would do is just check the bank account. I was like, okay, what's happening?
Just making sure there's still money in there.
No, I just wanted to see if there was
cash flow coming in.
There was cash flow.
We're operating the business.
Exactly. I just wanted to see that part. And man, and
it happened.
July 29, man, it hit. I said, this is it. It happened. It's happening.
In 2011, you had one team member, one employee. And then in 2018, when you took this trip to Mexico, how many people did you have at that time?
I had 4 employees.
4 employees, and they're completely running the business from A to Z. The instructions that you've given to them, they have all the information they need to continue operating.
Correct.
All right, so now let's fast forward into 2020 as we've started. You've got 7 associates. You're looking to even add on more team members. What are some of your current challenges now that you face?
See, at one point we had a few employees, and I was able to manage how much work it would.
All the work that was being delegated.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I mean, we'll get a lot of work.
Okay.
And I just feel like we just need more hours in the day, man.
So that's a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge right now, man.
That even with 7 people, you don't have enough time, and all the task is not being completed.
You feel you have more people, so you get more work. But once you get the work, you're gonna keep needing more.
And that's where you're
More.
looking to grow the team.
Exactly. Yeah, we're gonna. That I think that's a problem. I mean, that's where we're at right now. We're just gonna have to keep growing the team.
Got it. Are there situations in your business that comes up on a daily basis where you're like, I got to make this decision. I got to switch what I'm doing. I got to change direction. I got to change path. How often does that happen in your business as of today?
All the time, man. You know, in my business, I know where I want to be. I know exactly where I want to be. But sometimes you just have to go different directions.
There's not a straight line.
No. Sometimes
no pun intended. Linegraphix.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you're going one direction, and just things happen that you have to you have to go different directions in order to get to
the end result. There's not a straight line. You got to maybe detour this way or to the other direction, or even go around obstacle, but eventually get to your destination.
Correct. Or try different things. I've made a lot of mistakes in my business.
Yes.
And that's one thing I can tell an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Never put yourself down on mistakes or bad decisions that you take. No, get that bad experience and turn it into a positive. That's what
learn from it.
Yeah, in Spanish I'll say
yes.
In Spanish I'll say I'll do a mistake. I'll be like pa que se me quite. Pa que se me quite means
you gotta move forward.
Yeah. Like
gotta let it go.
Yeah. So I'll learn from it. I'll learn from it. It's pa que se me quite.
And how many times in a day you say that? Probably 20 times.
Yeah. I say it a lot. It's getting less and less and less. But you have. I think you have to make mistakes. You have to make bad decisions.
That's how you learn.
Yeah. I've learned. I mean, I'm looking at my business right now, and I say, man,
it's a bunch of mistakes.
I've made a lot of
and that's how I got to be successful.
Exactly. I've made so many bad decisions, but I'm like, man, if I didn't make that bad decision, I probably wouldn't be here.
Wouldn't have learned.
Yeah. So entrepreneurs, man, you make mistakes, man, but mistakes are not bad. Mistakes are.
They're part of life.
It's part of life. Part of the business, and just learn from it and just keep going.
Okay. Every entrepreneur, every business owner, when they're sitting down with their friends or family members or at home or hanging out at Starbucks or at a bar, every entrepreneur talks to somebody, maybe even another entrepreneur, another business owner, and I've heard the phrase come out so often where the entrepreneur says one day, and then they have a ... Like they have one day into the future, their outlook, their vision, their goal. What is that one day for you?
One day, right now we are a local company
locally in San Antonio.
Locally in San Antonio. We do have a few customers out of the state of Texas. It's very minimal. But my one day, man, I want to be this company where it's a nationwide company, an online business, just selling to anybody and everybody.
All the states.
Exactly. Every state.
So that's your one day, is to take a company that you've started as a side hustle, part-time kind of a gig, and get to a point where not just the city of San Antonio or the state of Texas, but nationwide. Somebody could be calling you and placing an order from New York or Florida or even maybe back home, California.
Correct.
And get to that level. Okay, great. That's great aspiration to have. Along with the one day, many entrepreneurs will also have some kind of insight into, okay, I've started this business, I'm running it, but eventually one day I'm going to have some kind of an exit strategy maybe in place in terms of how do I either get out of this business, or in the long run, what's going to happen to this business maybe one day that I'm not here, or just, what is that for you? What's your exit strategy if there is one?
That's a hard question, Aamer. As my wife calls
it is very difficult. You're right. Many entrepreneurs find it very challenging to be able to answer that question. A lot of them don't even think about it on a daily basis.
You know what? I've I don't think I'm ever gonna stop working. I'm a workaholic, man, by nature. But eventually, I have to retire. You know what I mean? I have to. So I just probably leave it for the kids, man. I'm always on my kids. Well, if they decide to do their own thing, that's perfect. But if one of them decides to keep growing, man, I would love for one of my kids to keep the
Keep the business running.
keep the business running, man, and grow it to that level or even bigger than what I want to do.
Maybe not just national, but even global.
Maybe I would never know.
Okay, all right. You've gone through this journey. It started off young as you being a kid, just sketching, to going to art institute, to side hustle, moving from one state to another, part-time, having an employee working at a business while you're actually working for somebody else. You've gone through a lot. What are some of one or two advice or tips would you give to an entrepreneur that you think that they need to keep in mind as they start the business or as they continue their business?
You know, okay, I'm gonna tell you something that I created in my head. Like there's something that I always tell myself. I always shoot higher than like I always just go more than what I know that I can't probably reach, but I just always go
for a higher goal.
A higher goal.
Keep
yes.
shooting.
Keep shooting higher than don't go average. Just go.
Don't short yourself.
Exactly. You have to and even if you don't hit that target, at least you're gonna hit a little higher. You know what I mean? So like don't just
set up expectations that are just above average, and whether you hit that higher expectation or not, it doesn't matter. At least you might have attained above the average.
Correct.
Sounds like to me that's what you're saying.
Correct.
Besides this, any other advice or tips would you like to share with entrepreneurs?
Look, my parents, they have this mentality that which it's great. It's a great mentality. When you have a business, like they don't like loans at all.
Debt free.
Debt free. They're running their business at debt free. And I grew up with that mentality. I said, you know what? No loans, no credit cards. Just as soon as you were getting some capital, get that money and reinvest
Run it off with cash flow.
That was the mentality I grew up with. But as I was getting older, and learning about business
and finance,
learning about credit. How money works, man, I should have. I mean, loans are bad, and I mean not. I'm sorry, take that back. They're not bad. I just feel that you can actually get money from banks and make more money.
Put it to use, leverage it.
Leverage it, exactly. So the loan part, I mean, that's like a thing with Mexicans. Like they just like, no, if you don't have the money, don't spend it, you know. But man, if
you have to spend, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but but now I have a new belief. If I'm gonna get money, if I'm gonna get a loan or get any type of money from anywhere that I'm gonna borrow, if it's gonna big amount, whatever, that amount I have to make sure that I'm gonna double it, triple, whatever I have to do. But I'm not gonna use it for. I mean, don't use it.
You're not gonna blow it away. You're gonna do something to expand the business, to take the business to the next level, to make an investment out of it. Where at some point in time you could say, okay, I borrowed 100. And now I'm able to turn that 100 into like maybe $200,000.
Exactly, and that just keeps going, man. Once you have that capital, then you can hire more people, buy more machines, and then you're able to grow that business. And if I mean, don't. I'm not saying that you can't grow a business with your own money, and I mean you can. It's just probably going to take
longer time,
20, 30 years.
Correct.
You know, I started the business, and I mean. You can say that I started the business in 2014, you know. But in 2-3 years, I tried to do it all
on just cash coming
just
in.
cash, yeah. And then I realized that man, to grow, you have to
You need some investment of
you
money
need
that's
some investment
outside of your pocket.
Yeah, and then pay it back though. You have to pay your.
Be diligent about
yeah,
it.
you have to like pay it back, and I'm the better you get with your, I guess, your credit, the more doors open. You know, you get a lot more doors open.
True.
And you're able to grow, man. Like, you know.
Options become more available to you.
Correct.
All right, great. Okay, awesome, Danny. It is an amazing journey that you've had so far. 2011, we're into 2020. You're nearly hitting a decade where Linegraphix came into fruition, where you opened the door. And it sounds like to me you definitely have a lot of things planned out for the next decade to come, taking a company from city, local wide to state, and even to a national level. We want to say best of luck to you. We feel very comfortable just hearing your story that you're going to shoot for that high and you're going to hit above that average mark. You're going to have some challenges, but we feel comfortable that you're going to get there, and we're rooting for you. And thank you again so much for being here, sharing your story to the young entrepreneurs out there and being an inspirational to them.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aamer.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.